I signed the divorce papers with a steady hand. No tears, no trembling. He kept waiting for me to break, to plead, but I didn't. He doesn't understand. He already lost long before I walked into that lawyer's office. The unraveling began with one weekend. When I met Daniel, he was all warmth and promises. The kind of man who opened doors, who told me I was his world. I believed him. I built my life around that belief, brick by fragile brick. For years, I trusted the man I shared a bed with. I laughed with his family, toasted at their dinners, played the good wife. And then he told me about the trip. Just a small family reunion, nothing worth dragging me along for. He kissed my forehead as if that could soften the exclusion. I smiled back, but something in me shifted. Because a woman knows. She knows when love curdles into something else. It was his sister who slipped first. A tag on Instagram, blurred in the background, sequins and champagne. Then another, his brother kneeling with a diamond ring, the crowd erupting. An engagement party, a lavish one. And me, conspicuously absent. I stared at the screen until my reflection blurred in the glass. Not fury, not grief, just clarity. They had carved me out like I was nothing. His family, his blood, his loyalty. And Daniel, he thought I wouldn't find out. I didn't scream, I didn't call. I poured a glass of wine and waited. Then I booked a last-minute ski trip a few hours' drive away. Cold air, white slopes, the kind of silence that clears your head. And on the night of their glittering party, I took a photo. Just me, smiling against the snow, a glass of champagne in my glove. A caption sharp enough to cut. Best weekend ever. Cheers to new beginnings. I hit post. Within hours, my phone lit up like a siren. Missed calls, messages, his mother, his sister. Finally, Daniel himself, panicked, desperate. Because their perfect night, their polished lie, had cracked wide open. Here's what they hadn't considered. Perception. Families like his thrive on image, on whispered approval from their circle. And what did it look like that his wife, the woman legally bound to him, was pointedly excluded from a family milestone? It looked cruel, calculated, shameful. And once that seed was planted, I watered it carefully. A few subtle comments, a carefully chosen thank you to acquaintances who reached out. I let people draw their own conclusions. By the time Daniel returned home, their reputation was already bleeding. He tried to explain, said it wasn't personal, that his brother's fiancée wanted things intimate. He stammered excuses, tripped over lies. I listened, calm, even tilted my head like I believed him. But inside, I was already dismantling him. Step 1, I hired the best attorney in town. Not to claw for scraps, but to win the whole table. His assets, his accounts, even the house his family helped us buy. I positioned every piece where I needed it. Step 2, I collected. Screenshots, messages, the timeline of his betrayal. I didn't shout, I archived, because evidence speaks louder than outrage. Step 3, I waited. Patience is the sharpest blade. The night of our confrontation, I set the stage. Dinner on the table, wine poured, like nothing had shifted. He relaxed, relieved, thinking the storm had passed. Then I slid the folder across to him. My quiet arsenal. Bank statements, family texts, photos of that party he swore was nothing. His face drained. The fork slipped from his hand. "You planned this?" he whispered. I smiled. Of course. Because revenge isn't fire, it's ice. Slow, deliberate, lethal in silence. The divorce moved quickly after that. His family tried to intervene, but their voices carried no weight anymore. Their golden son wasn't golden, not in court, not in whispers, not in the eyes of their community. I didn't need to scream. I just let the truth sit in the open air, where it rotted their perfect image. Now, as I close this chapter, I feel no ache for what we had. That love died the moment he chose deception over me. What remains is sharper. Clarity, strength, the knowledge that I was never the weak one. Daniel thought he excluded me, that he erased me from their perfect photograph. But I was the one holding the camera all along, and I made sure their picture burned.